Hey Gauge fans, this is Joe with another video. Just wanted to respond to some questions and comments that I had on some of my videos. With YouTube, I didn't realize that you actually have to, the way I have it, my channel set up anyway, I actually had to go in and look for them. I didn't realize that they were there. Some of the comments went back a little way, some of my earlier videos, and I hadn't addressed them, some questions and things like that. I want to thank everybody for looking at my videos. I think it's great. I look at your stuff too, I really do. I don't know if I ever mentioned this. I work nights, so through the week it's a little hard for me to, to sit down for an hour or two and check out YouTube and check out on comments and stuff like that. But I did get up a little early today, and I didn't realize, I don't know a lot about YouTube yet. I just worry about getting the videos up. But I wanted to let you know that I did read a lot of almost all the comments I read, and I want to respond to some of the questions. I want to thank everybody for looking at. I look at your stuff too. Some great stuff going on there. I really like looking at your videos and your layouts and your comments and everything like that. Anyway, I made a bunch of notes here and things I want to just hit on real quick. Station Master 12 commented on my thoughts on the hobby, and yeah, like you, I agree. I don't think I'd like to see MTH and Lionel do a little bit more to get younger people into the hobby. I really would. I'd like to see, like I mentioned, them take the lead to get younger people into the hobby. Even though they make a lot of stuff, MTH is starting to make a lot of whimsical stuff now with the the M&M stuff and the Harley Davidson and the holiday themed stuff, and Lionel always did stuff like that. But I don't see younger kids getting into this hobby like I did when I was younger, and I'd like to see more of it. But like I mentioned, maybe this is a hobby you don't get into until you're a little bit older. Anyway, thanks for commenting on that. I'm going to spell this one out. JMSSCHOONER, JMS Schooner. You commented on the DCS Commander, and yeah, when you're running, if you're running MTH stuff, the DCS Commander, like me, is working just fine for me. It is like DCS, but it is limited. Okay, it's not nearly as versatile. Okay, it really isn't. Okay, for my little 5.5x9, I think it works just fine. And yeah, I really like it. You also mentioned scale. Obviously, I'm running O scale, okay, O gauge, O scale, and it's working just fine for me. But I am running all MTH engines, okay. I think that's key right there. You also mentioned the size. My main table here, if you can see here, my main table right here, is 5.5 by 9, okay, 5.5 by 9. But if I'm going to pan over here to the left, those noises you hear when I'm moving the camera, that's my tripod. It's a little stiff because it's new. Anyway, I have a 4x4 attached, and what I did was I took the back end of the 4x4 and I elevated to the same height as the main table. See those passenger cars in the Rico station there? That's that little blue building. That's the Maiden Rescue. Anyway, that is elevated to the same size. Then I have these cliffs right here in this tunnel. I have to apologize. This 4x4 that I have attached is a mess. It's an embarrassing mess. I probably shouldn't even be filming it. But anyway, you see I've got the tunnel portals here and here, and I can run a circle of track here with maybe a street or something coming out here. That's the original plan for that. So, size of my layout, 5.5 by 9 with a 4x4 attached. And the 4x4 isn't flush, comes out a little bit there. So it's a little bit wider, but that's the size of my layout. Jerry708, when I was talking about the two track systems, T-rail versus round rail, and yeah, I've heard those arguments too, that the T-rail will, over time, hurt the rollers on the engines and the cars and things like that, versus the round rail. Yeah, like you, I can't back that up. I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea. I've heard that argument before. My personal view is, I think over time everything's going to wear down. Okay, metal. You're talking about metal on metal. I mean, it wears down. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't have anything to back it up, like you said. I personally don't really think it matters. The T-rail versus the round rail. To me, it's not an argument that would make me want to change like I'm running fast track now, I'm going to be running real track. It's not an argument that I would think about going back to fast track again. I want to stick with the real track. You also made a very good point about the operating track sections. Really good point that I hadn't thought of. Lionel works with Lionel stuff. MTH works with MTH stuff. We see that with the digital control systems, obviously. But when it comes to stuff like track and the operating track sections, Lionel and MTH are, these are big companies run by smart people, okay? They should realize that most of us in this hobby run both, okay? We run Lionel, we run MTH, we run both. So the problem I had was the MTH stuff not working with the Lionel cars. That's the problem I had with it. Now, like I said, I was surprised in that video. I was surprised that the Lionel stuff wouldn't operate on the MTH operating track section. But, like you said, Lionel for Lionel, MTH for MTH. But when it comes to something like an operating track section, I would have really liked to have seen it work a little bit better, the MTH with the Lionel. Okay, but that's a really good point I hadn't thought of, okay? GHug92, you asked about the DCS Commander hookup. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on this really quick. I'm going to show you what I did, how mine is hooked up. I don't have any power on right now, but I bought the Commander with the 100-watt power. This is where these are the inputs. This is the input for the 100-watt power supply. Or probably any MTH power supply that has that jack on it. Okay, that'll plug right in there. This one here is for any other kind of power supply you got going on here. For another one. This is your output. These are the two wires that go to the track. Okay, that's your output. This here is an interface, and this here is the circuit breaker, the fuse, whatever. But that's all it is. Now, if you would like, and you get in touch with me, send me an email address. This is the page from the manual. Let me zoom back here. That's the page from the manual here. You can see how it's all, you can see it's all labeled and everything like that. If you want, JHug92, if you want, I'll scan that and send you a copy of that page. Or you can go to MTH's website, and I'm pretty sure you can download all the manuals right there. That might be something you might want to look into doing. But, if you want me to scan it and send it to you, let me know. ATSF 3415DBR. You asked about why I don't run 42-inch curves. I'll tell you why. I don't run 42-inch curves because I only have a 5.5x9, so I try to get as much out of it as I can without being too overpowering, too much track, too much going on. So that's why I kind of do like the 36-inch curves. Now, that's one of the reasons why I'm switching to the real track, the 31-inch curves, because the engines I have on my track right now will all run on 31-inch curves. And I am not a high-end buyer by any means, okay? So I don't see myself buying, anytime in the future anyway, buying any kind of engine that won't run on 31-inch curves, okay? So I can get a little bit more out of 31-inch curves than I can out of any of the larger radius curves. That's why I do it. Okay? I know it's not quite as realistic when they're going around the curves, but anyway, that's the way I do it. I want to thank CSX4843 and NMAX24 for looking at my videos and commenting on them. Very encouraging. I've gone on your stuff. I've seen your videos. Get some great stuff out there, guys. Bassfanatic94. Getting back to the Commander, you asked about the limitations. You mentioned the limitations. Yeah, you're right. The Commander is limiting. No doubt about it. It's limiting. But for what I need, and I think my personal view is for a smaller layout like mine, or even something a little bit bigger, I think the Commander is more than accurate if you're running all MTH. Okay, if you're running all MTH. But it's doing everything, like I mentioned, everything I want it to do, and I really, really do like it. I want to thank everybody again who looked at my videos. I try to comment, look at everything, and if I haven't commented or gotten back to you on any questions or anything, I will in the next few days, now that I know what I'm doing on YouTube. But yeah, really, thanks for looking at the videos. I really appreciate it. I hope this answered some of the questions. Again, Station Master 12, JMS Schooner, Jerry708, GHug92, ATSF3415DBR, CSX4843, Bassfanatic94, and NMAX24. Thanks for watching and thanks for commenting, and I'll see you soon.